The trick to getting into college is usually mainly based on your GPA, your grade point average. So if you have not figured that out by now, or you're entering high school and you know that in the future you want to apply to a four-year college, it's super important that you understand the GPA. A lot of people know how to play the GPA game and they understand what's going in their GPA, so they can actually take certain classes and boost their GPA. So to give you an example, there are usually two different GPAs at your high school. At my high school, we had unweighted GPA and weighted GPA. The unweighted GPA included all of your classes. So 3 points for a B, 4 points for an A, and if you got all A's, you'd have a 4.0. Easy as that. Weighted one is where it gets a little more tricky because it's on a higher scale typically, and only certain classes are counted. So more often than not, colleges care more about your weighted because it's the harder classes. You get extra points if you are taking an AP class. You get extra points if you're taking an additional science. You get extra points if you're taking another language class. So just keep that in mind when you are signing up for classes. It's super important to really understand the true breakdown of the GPA and what's going into each GPA. Sometimes my students would be fighting about rank because I live in Texas and so we rank students, and a lot of times it didn't matter if my student was doing everything that they could and getting good grades if the student next to them was doing the same and also taking an additional science class or also taking an additional language or computer science class, because they would have more to boost their GPA. So just keep that in mind if you are planning to apply to a four-year college or even a competitive school. It's truly important that you try to understand the GPA system at your high school.